All right, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about why your niche site is never coming back. If you've been clapped by Google in the last couple months, you probably had a niche site. Well, not couple months, this year. And recently, yesterday, Google invited like several creators onto their campus to reassure them. The articles that are coming out, the reports that are coming out about the event was more of like a nothing burger. It didn't do much. People were upset, and some guy even compared it to like a funeral. It's pretty sad, really. But today I'm going to talk through the reasoning why your niche site is never coming back. I think it should be a very good episode because you have to think from the POV of Google. All right, let's talk through that today. But first, I got to eat some creatine. It is not everyone's rodeo. Trust me. You might want to look away. And I'll be reporting my numbers from the day before. So, the haters probably can't handle this, especially if they've been clapped, because I think my daily revenue right now is probably higher than their monthly. Here we go. All right. So, yesterday we did 2378. That's up $250 from the day before. So, yeah, pretty good day. We got Amazon at 1074, Mediavine at 62, and the adult revenue source that we don't talk about at 1242. Let's get on with it. I don't want to drag it out for too long today. Alrighty. So, if you sign up for the first link in the YouTube description, you get sent this sheet. I'll kind of talk through certain things today, linked out to an article as well. So if you guys please sign up for the first link and you'll get sent this sheet. Today is episode 345 if you want to follow along. Yeah, let's talk about it. All right. So as you can see here, there are some reports. They attended Google's Creator Conversation event. They essentially invited like 30 people who had their sites clapped and that they saw that they were creating quality content. They invited everyone to Mountain View, so their headquarters. They paid for, I think, a one-way coach ticket. Savage. And invited everyone to go into some ugly-ass conference room, treated them to a crappy lunch, and pretty much told them tough toenails. This is the TLDR. It is rough, but they didn't really their answers were just terrible, essentially. But I'll give it a read yourself. All right, give it a read yourself. So I kind of wrote out my thoughts. Probably going to move this into a tweet thread as well. But the long story short is, like I said, you have to think from Google's point of view. As a tech company, they have shareholders to address, and they are in between a rock and a hard place, guys. It is so hard for them. All right. Why? Once again, from their POV, why did niche sites work so well in the past? It's because they kind of stuck to one topic, right? It's kind of like a topical authority kind of thing. What about now, right? Why has it changed right now? And the reason is because of the emergence of AI. With a single click, any site can achieve quote-unquote topical authority that these bloggers hand wrote themselves throughout the years. All right? So what do they do now? They focused on domain authority and brand metrics. What does that mean? Pretty much right now, what I've seen, well, it's confirmed. I mean, like my partnership sites, they focus on domain authority and brand metrics, which means links to the root domain, the domain as a whole, and brand metrics, which means branded search volume. That's why right now partnerships with e-commerce doing so well, because e-com brands spend like thousands, hundreds of thousands a month on Facebook ads. And what happens is if you pound Facebook ads, TikTok ads, et cetera, people will be like, hey, what is far and away? Let me search that on Google. Click, good metric. All right. Can you abuse that? Yes, of course you can. But it's just too many good brand signals. If you do abuse that with like software, it's kind of obvious, right? So these are human searchers. Of course you can manipulate this, but it's hard because Google has really good bot detection. They have good so on and so forth. All right. So now you have to think, what now? Is AI content gonna go away? We all know it's not. So what can Google do in their POV? Would you rather prioritize domain authority and brand metrics where people have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on paid ads for brand metrics, thousands of dollars on domain authority, PR, so on and so forth? Or do you prioritize easily abused affiliate AI niche sites? They haven't solved how to detect AI right now. There's too many of those AI detection bypasses right now, even at the forefront, because it's indistinguishable. It is super tough for them. So I'm sympathetic of Google, but like honestly, it's rough for them. That's why I sold my shares in Google a long time ago. All right, I'm no longer feeling bullish on them because us as an industry, we see what's happening. They're clapped. All right, so that's why your sites are never coming back, because it's easier to sort through hundreds of these partnership sites, find out who's abusing it, who's like doing it right, than millions of AI niche sites. It's just tough toenails, right? When I first saw the news that Retro Dodo and House Fresh was making a comeback, I was like, oh, nice. How did they do that? But Retro Dodo is now back on the downtrend. I think what they did was they fed in Retro Dodo and House Fresh into their algo saying, this is good content, please prioritize them. That's why they got a jolt upwards. But they were unable to kind of like maintain it because there's probably too much abuse in that industry, or in like just affiliate sites in general, niche sites in general. I'm sorry, guys. I don't see a world where they can make it happen. All right. So what would you guys do? Would you open the floodgates and just like figure out how to re-rank topical authority sites? Or would you, as a shareholder, want them to just manually comb through partnership sites? Because let's say the 3Ships guys, right? Google couldn't even figure that out. It required someone on Twitter to out them for them to get clapped. If I would bet with like 90 something percent certainty, Google would have never found out if like someone on X didn't like snitch on them. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think. I feel bad for these creators because I personally know some of them. I know people who've been completely wrecked by it, like overnight to zero. All I'm saying is don't hold your breath. Focus on other channels as of now. YouTube's good. Yeah, it's a rough one. I don't see a way out of this, but I hope the best for you guys. And let me answer some questions from the day before, from the video from the day before, and comment Google for the algo. How long should I wait before adding link? Subreddit post, by the way, I'm ranking position 1 for the keyword. Thanks. I don't know. You could do like a week. Try a week to a couple months. And if you get banned, try longer next time, A month. Thank you, James. Jeff says, Jackie starts every episode saying it's a bit of a different episode. True. My bad. You always seem very financially literate. How do you get so financially literate? Please don't rush the answer, Mr. Chow. All right. How do I am definitely not as financially literate as some other people I know. And I believe that you should understand the premise of everything before you hire someone. For example, there are certain things I read, like the tax laws in Canada, very carefully because I want to do everything by the book. And so there are certain times where I suggest things to my accountant that he wouldn't have thought of. And I just simply ask him to execute on that. And it's well within the laws. It's just like stuff you can do to optimize. So to answer your question is I do a lot of reading and I care very much. I care deeply about this because I believe everyone should be financially literate. It's something that my parents didn't do well, so I want to do well. And I think I also want to teach my kids that too. Like the idea behind having them invest in the S&P 500 as soon as they turn whatever age is necessary, 18 or whatever. I think it's completely necessary. So like, for example, if they don't have the money at 18, I would probably invest in their TFSA. It's like a tax-free savings account in Canada, but like, well, as soon as they're 18 until when they start making significant money, let's say like 23, I would invest in their tax-free savings account on their behalf and pull it out, and then they can invest because it benefits them as well. Hope that answers your question. It's just something I really care about. That's why. And that's it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. And yeah, take it easy.